If you could secretly hear what people said about you only once, when and where would you choose to listen, and why? My dad wasn't around growing up. I first saw him when I was like 12 and then on and off for a few years. He took me to his home country cause his father was dying. He took me to the hospital to meet him for the first time. I'll never forget the way he looked at me. Never been looked at like that before or since. Anyway, I left the room. Left my dad and his dad alone. I guess I would like to hear what was said when I left the room. I've never thought about that before, thanks for the question. Spelling. My recent ex talking to his people about how much he should, and if he should compensate me for losing all of my furniture, clothes and possessions in a house fire last year at the house he had recently purchased and he forgot to get contents insurance on. Now he is moving overseas to live and spend time with his elderly father, saying I'd love you to move with me, but if you don't like it, I wouldn't move back for you. The opinion I care of the most is the ones from my friends, and I have nothing but nice things to say about them. Around them, behind their back, etc. I'd assume same goes for them, so I wouldn't hear anything new if I secretly heard what they said. I also don't believe in an identity. The perception others have of me varies so wildly that knowing what a collection of people think of me is meaningless. Hiring managers who liked my resume and are about to interview me. I hire people and usually have a talk with the HR or other managers about the candidates first. When HR gets tired of recruiting, the candidates often start knowing exactly what to say to me during interviews, because they get hints from HR during their screening calls. I think I'd choose to hear what my students say at the end of my classes. I teach a difficult bunch something they haven't chosen to study but have to. I want to know if it's helping them or if they're enjoying it, and if not and there was something specific they complain about, I could use it to make things better for them. Oh, and definitely! Only once, so I'll just turn it on and never turn it off. Knowledge is power. If you hear the same critical feedback multiple times, you know what to work on. If you hear sabotage, you're prepared. If you hear good stuff, you know what's working well. There's really no downside as far as I can see. One time when I was in a psych ward and the doctor doing my care told my mom and father all these outlandish things. That I had hidden drugs around the house, and just all sorts of things. I'd really like to hear that conversation and know exactly WTF he said to them, because I didn't do these things. The people here saying they wouldn't want to know, like you guys really don't want to know who your fake friends are? You're all just okay not knowing which one of your friends are talking bad behind your back? I'd like to find out ASAP and drop them as friends immediately. Definitely wouldn't. I consider everything said about me to be none of my business unless it's said directly to me. I heard my name said in a meeting last week that I wasn't a part of, as I was walking by the conference room, and I just kept walking. The upcoming leadership calibration to determine what my bonus raise promotion opportunities next year are. If they are going to string me along without the promotion despite doing the job for a year already, I'm leaving my job. I'm a 20-year-old female working with old men who are in their 50s and 60s, and they say some bad stuff to my face, not about me, just general stuff, so who knows what they say behind my back and in their heads. 17 years ago, after netball practice, the two netball teams and coach were gossiping, and as I got there they said my name. I asked everyone what it was about, but no one ever told me. It still bugs me. Many tell me what they think of me right at my face, and that is why I avoid most people. I wouldn't want to hear what they say about me behind my back, especially since it won't change a thing about me. Smiley face. I'd choose to hear what people say about me during a family gathering. It's when everyone is relaxed and genuine, and I'd love to know the unfiltered thoughts shared among my loved ones. I was a supervisor. One of the people that worked under me would talk to me like we were friends and then report me to HR. I want to know exactly how she was spinning that story. I figure if they talk about me, A, they have nothing better to do, or B, they're insecure about something about themselves, and projecting it by putting someone else down. I choose to listen to people discussing me during a global conference on artificial intelligence, providing valuable insights into public perceptions and expectations. I already know everyone hates me, so I would say let's hear it in the most public way possible so I can shit on your desk in front of everyone and be done with it. I would find out what my brother said about me to people when we moved to the city we grew up, because I spent the rest of my childhood being bullied. What if no one is talking about me when I choose to listen? Is it just until one person says one thing about you? The question is confusing. I would choose my wedding day. It's a day filled with emotions, and hearing honest opinions from family and friends would be priceless. I'd like to know what my HS teachers said about me in the teacher's lounge back in 1984-88. I'm sure there were some scathing burns. I wouldn't, because it would change the way I look at them, and because sometimes some things are better off not knowing. Honestly, other people's body language, facial expressions, and eyes say it all what they think about you. No, because Lucy dealt with this in The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, and that lesson really stuck with me. People tell me enough horrible things to my face. I'm not looking for what they really think. If we include time travel, I would like to know what my parents really thought when I was born. Just gave an interview for a job I really want. Would love to hear exactly what they think. I already found out most of the time from gossip, so it wouldn't really make a difference. Their comments to other people after a date or interview. It would be amazing feedback. Hell no. I don't even read anything private, even if I accidentally stumble upon it. Birth. It's probably going to be the most pure and kind moments of my lifetime. No. What other people think about me is none of my business. Words to live by. I would save it for a good time. I don't have much gossip on my back or what my practice wife told my best friend about why we got divorced. No. I have an extremely hard time caring about what people think. Upper management at work. That'd be a good thing to know. I absolutely would not do this with anyone at any time. Now why would I care about what strangers say about me?